What is up guys, welcome back to another career mode video. Today we are at Imola for the start of this race. This is a Grand Prix race because earlier we did the sprint race, so if you did not watch that, do check that out. So obviously we are the back marker team, so we'll be at the back of the grid around P20 to P22, and Verstappen, Hamilton will be the front of the grid. So we are at P20 and it is five lights, and away we go for the start of this Imola Grand Prix. It is a wet race with the intermediate tires because the full wet tires are rarely used in this game. So yeah, we get overtaken by Vettel and we are just trying to find a space so that we can place our car efficiently, but somehow we had to go off the track to avoid getting collided with our teammate. So it is a sketchy condition here. As you can see, the car is just sliding all over the place with these cold tires and the cold weather. It is quite a tricky situation, so we need to adapt ourselves with this condition, and we should also ensure that we do not damage our front wing. So at the end of the lap 1 you can see that we are just struggling with this grip, as Sebastian Vettel has a damage, so he goes into box to get a new front wing. So that is quite unfortunate for him. And here Albon is pressurizing us for an overtake, but we managed to hold the inside line in this T1, but by doing so we managed to go deep, so we could not stop at the right time, and our teammate also just starts colliding with us and Albon overtakes us. So it is not quite the plan we wanted, but this is the start of the race. So with cold tires and this intermediate conditions, it is quite tricky with this car, which is at right very unstable from the beginning itself. So we need to get our upgrades done, and for that we need to have some resource points. So we need to build up those practice sessions with more diligently, and we just go over this curve which unsettles our car, and it is quite a tricky situation here as our teammate Vashor is just 3/10 behind us, and in the lap 5 he overtakes us, and we just let him go because maybe he has some pace and he can go through the front of the pack easily maybe. So we just give him a chance to just try and get Albon at least, because Albon has just went past like 12 seconds ahead of us. So at least now we and our teammate are in this position, and since there is no DRS, so it is difficult to overtake anything or anybody from us. It is quite the game, and this is the career mode because I want to keep it as realistic as it can be and not just get into the points in the starting 3 races itself. So this is how realistically a backmarker team should be. So yeah, this is the story we are taking forward to as we go on to lap 11, and you can see there is a yellow flag in this sector 1. So who can that be? It is Sergio Perez. So reliability issues have also come for the Red Bull engine. Red Bull powertrain also having reliability issues. So on lap 11 Perez retires, so but it did not trigger a safety car. So we continue with this race, and later in the race also Guan Yu Zhou retires because of another reliability issues with the Ferrari engine. So yeah, the reliability issues are just occurring, as we also had one reliability issue in the Bahrain Grand Prix when our teammate just DNF'd in the second lap itself. So it is early times in this season and this race, so not everything can go as per plan. But yeah, our teammate jumps into the pit, so we cannot pit in the lap 15, and so in the lap 16 our team gives us the order to pit for a new set of softs, but we ignore that and we go for a set of medium tires because I think we are at the lap 17, so I think mediums can go. It might be a little sketchy, but I am here to take the risk, but the hard tires are very poor in this grip conditions because our car is already very draggy and it has no straight line speed. As you can see, our teammate, he has been given the hard tires because I think our team just wants him to go for the safety of the long duration. So but we make good use of it as we just go down the inside of our teammate here and pick up this overtake, which is very clean and no damage done to either of the teams, as Mick Schumacher goes into the pits for a medium tires. Maybe he was having a damage, that's why he went for a front end change on the medium tires, but yeah. So now Mick Schumacher is ahead of us and he is fighting with Latifi for the P16. So let's see what we can achieve from here on, because right now our best finish was in P17. So it is early days, and being a backmarker team, P17 and P18 is what we are going to aim for, at least in the first part of the season, and maybe in the later races we can achieve some more things. As in lap 29, Schumacher overtakes Latifi, and now Latifi is in front of us, so our aim is to get ahead of Latifi, so that at least we can have some pride in saying that we had got the P17. So, and he is also in the hard tires, so it is quite easy for us if we are able to just compose our cars throughout the corners, and in the meanwhile we can just catch up to the diffuser of Latifi and overtake him at the appropriate position, because this track is a very difficult place to overtake because of the narrow width of the circuit, and the DRS trains are quite powerful, and also because we do not have the ERS in abundant, because we had to use that a lot as our car is already very slow in the straight line. So yeah, we just need to place our car in the right position at the right time, as you can see here. However, we had a little bit of backslide, but it did not cause much of a concern here, as we open the DRS and go into the slipstream of Latifi and overtake him down the inside of the T1. So yeah, it was an easy overtake, as Latifi also overshoots the corner, I think. So yeah, he just could not brake properly maybe, and just overshot the corner, as you can see here. So we just managed to squeeze past him, and this is how the race has progressed till this lap 30. And right now we are just in a cruise mode, as Stroll is 4.7 seconds ahead of us. So in 2 laps it is very difficult to gain 4.7 seconds, so maybe we have to settle for this P17 unless some other person gets DNF'd in this race. We never know what can happen. So yeah, this is kind of a thing in this F1 game where we need to pick and choose our battles and not just recklessly pursue any goals, because it may hurt the tires and the engine itself, as reliability issues in this first season and in this initial part of this career mode is a concern, because we do not have the necessary upgrades. So we are catching behind Stroll, as he is now 3.5 seconds ahead of us and 3 seconds. So it is quite a challenge, but we are up for it. We have to gradually improve, as our teammate is 17 seconds behind us, so maybe he is having some engine issue, or maybe the lack of race pace is just reflecting on this timesheet. So our medium tires are also holding quite well, but I think here we can see this understeer movement, so the grip is going down. It is not as much as we expected, but since we pitted in the lap 17, so we can expect that our tires may be reaching some 60% of tire wear, so that might be a concern, but it is no worries, because we are already in the lap 31, so only 1 lap to go. And here you can see we just overshot this Aqua Minerale corner, so our tires are giving up, and also we are getting some blue flags, as the race leader Max Verstappen is just behind us, so we need to let him pass. And Red Bull are being dominant in this season, but however, unfortunately, we also need to get our things sorted, as we do not want to just remain a back marker. So we need to work upon that, and we need to sort those things which are necessary here, as Verstappen crosses the line and wins at Imola. So yeah, as you can see, our tire wear is also 60% in the front right. So it is manageable, quite doable, but I don't know why our team just put on the hard tires on our teammate Veshore. I think medium tires could have worked, but yeah, and if Veshore had medium tires, he could have stayed ahead of Latifi also, if that is possible, I think, because although we are at the bottom of the R&D chart, but still we need to have something in the arsenal so that we can improve our performance as we cross the line and go P17. So this is how the race progressed out, as we started in the back of the grid from the sprint race, and now we are at P17 as Verstappen, Leclerc and Russell get the podium. And it was a good performance from Kevin Magnussen, as he put the Haas in the P10, I think. Yes, from P13 to P10, so it was a good performance from him, as Albon also did very well from P22 to 13, as Verstappen is leading the championship from Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. So yeah, it is quite a tussle between the Max Verstappen and Sainz and Leclerc, as Ferrari is still leading the Constructors' Championship. And yeah, our rivalry, Albon gets some brownie points, and we just get some cash to supplement our income source, as an advertising sponsor is willing to participate with us, so we signed with PSD. And this is our season, how it went past as P20, DNF 18, 17. So we are aiming to at least get P16 and P15 in the upcoming races, as the next race in Spain, as we get a durability department event, and we tend to upgrade the aero department, as we need those downforces, and we also develop some chassis upgrades. So yeah, this is the video, and thank you guys for watching this video, and do subscribe this channel to get more career mode videos, and peace.